last night I saw Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm still trying to process what the fuck I saw. I did like it. I really do like it. However you feel about the movie, a lot of people are saying that Elizabeth Olsen is the fucking MVP, and she is of this movie. She is the MVP of this movie. I don't know why it's not called The Scarlet Witch and the Multiverse of Madness movie. The main reason I went into this movie was for Scarlet Witch. I mean, granted, I was there for like Doctor Strange and like the magic and like a sequel to that film, but the main big reason was for Scarlet Witch, and in that sense, I feel 100% satisfied, also 100% broken again. Why can't Wanda be happy for one? I do have a couple criticisms about the movie, but overall, I think it's a really good movie. I personally really enjoyed it. I know a lot of people are saying it kind of felt rushed, kind of messy. And yeah, it did have a little bit of like jarringness to it, but I still enjoy the film a lot. Cause like, I love Doctor Strange, I love magic, I just love Wanda. From start to finish, you were on a roller coaster, you were on a ride. It didn't really stop or slow down, and if it did, it wasn't for very long, which might have been kind of jarring, but I was okay with it. Cause like, to me, Wanda makes up for my minor complaints that I have with this film, and honestly, I really like the film. Do I have some complaints with the movie? Yes. Do I think this movie suffers from the short runtime? I would agree, yeah, I feel like it should have been a little longer. I don't know where to rank it in terms of like my favorite MCU movies and where I rank it. I know it's in my top 10, that's for sure. It was me seeing it for the first time being like a little overwhelmed, so I need to process that. I need to see it a second time to really figure out how I 100% feel about this. Did cry, I did laugh, I did smile, the audience did cheer at certain scenes, so I mean, there's that. But yeah, those are my general thoughts. They're like what everyone is saying. This movie, every second is a spoiler. I just want to talk about the movie, but I'm talking about I had to talk about spoilers because like every single scene is a spoiler. Every single second is a spoiler. Now we're gonna move into all the spoilers. So if you have not seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, please leave because you do not want to be spoiled on this movie. Please leave now because I do not want to spoil it for you. We're jumping into spoilers right now. From the minute this movie opens, it is action fucking packed. A lot of people were thinking Defender Strange, the Strange with the ponytail, was gonna die early on in the film, and he does. Beginning of the movie, we see Defender Strange, the one with the ponytail, which arguably Doctor Strange rocks a ponytail. Our Doctor Strange that we know might not like it, but I think it looks cool. With Doctor Strange and America Chavez are running from like this rope creature that we saw in the trailers that had her grabbed and like had her dangling up above, and it's trying to get her powers because America Chavez in the comics, she can travel between universes, travel between the multiverse, using like a star portal that she has, which honestly, in the comics, you would normally think that's cheesy. How can they make that work? They do make it work. They can make a guy called Ant-Man flying on an ant look cool. They can make you care about an ant. I'm pretty sure America Chavez traveling through the multiverse using a star portal is the least of their concerns. It looks really cool though. The thing is attacking because it wants her power to be able to travel through multiverses, because if a demon or this creature, any creature and demon gets her power, they can like be pretty fucking powerful and unstoppable. And like, we don't want a demon to have multiversal travel powers. I don't think anybody does. He ends up pretty much dying from this creature. Before he dies, he decides the only way to protect America Chavez, or to protect her powers, is to take them for himself, because he can protect himself against this monster, because like, he's Defender Strange. He's got more power and he has control over it versus she has like no control over it. He does not end up taking her powers. He ends up like sending her off into a different universe while he lays there and dies. I guess we're done with this universe's Doctor Strange. He does come back in the end. Don't know if I like the way he came back though. That was kind of fucking creepy, but whatever. So after America gets sent to that portal, we wake up with our Doctor Strange who had a dream or like a vision of that. And we later learn the dreams and nightmares that you have are also visions, are real realities, real things that are happening in a different universe. Our Doctor Strange that we know had that dream, had that vision of Defender Strange. What he thinks is a dream does actually happen. It is actually going on, which is so cool. They really set up a lot about the multiverse in this movie. We've seen bits and pieces of it throughout the MCU before, but in this one, they really go hard with that, especially between that, the vision stuff, and then the dream walking is where you can inhabit and control, possess the body of another universe, another version of yourself. That's what Wanda does. Part of this movie is not just Wanda's like journey that she goes through, but is also Strange's journey that he goes through. I love him and Christine Palmer, and while I feel like the emotional connection or the emotional vulnerability slash story that he goes on through in this film feels a little lacking for me personally. With him and Christine, like even at the wedding, like I felt sad at the wedding. Like it's Christine's wedding, but he's not marrying her. He wishes so badly that it could have worked out between them. And when we later see him with like an alternate reality Christine from the Illuminati, which we'll get to that too, he tells her that no matter what, in any universe, any version of ourselves, we love you. We will always love you. But he's just afraid. He's afraid to lose her. He's afraid to like try. And I don't blame him. He's like had to sacrifice so much, lost so many people close to him, that he's so afraid to try. A lot of people are afraid to try things, to try a relationship, to fall in love, because they're afraid of like losing that. They're afraid of losing the good things they have. I've lost everything before. Who's to say I won't lose something again? I feel like Doctor Strange and Christine Palmer not being together is an absolute point. I feel like part of that is in any universe, Doctor Strange can't be with Christine. That sucks for Doctor Strange. And when you're a superhero, you gotta make sacrifices. Spider-Man, with power comes great responsibility. Also comes with a lot of fucking sacrifices. Sucks. It really sucks. As we've seen from No Way Home, it sucks sometimes being a superhero. You chose that life, you chose that mantle, and you just have to fucking deal with it. So sad and frustrating and upsetting sometimes. One of my favorite beginning scenes, obviously, is the scene when Doctor Strange and America Chavez are running from that demon creature thing. That whole place that they are in, where I believe the Book of Ashanti is, which is like the good version of the Darkhold. That whole realm they are in, so visually stunning. It's so stunning. This whole movie, there's a lot of beautiful visuals. Like a lot of the camera work in this movie, like zoom in, the way the camera is angled, like looking up at someone or like looking down at someone, the way it zooms into people's eyes, it's so jarring sometimes, but it's so unique and flavorful. Love that, especially like the horror elements too. Horror elements and like the gore and like this movie is very gruesome. Not only does it have beautiful visuals to it, like I feel like every scene there's like visual eye candy everywhere. You're trying to like see what Doctor Strange and Wanda are doing, but you also want to like look in the background and be like, okay, this is so pretty. Like it's sensory overload. A lot of bright, bold colors in this movie, and I love bright, bold colors, as you can see by my room. So I love getting saturation be upped in this movie, not to mention very gruesome, and they really push the PG-13 rating. Wanda walks into the Illuminati. She just like is destroying robots left and right. She comes out of the mist. Obviously it's oil, like probably oil from the robots spewed all over her. Obviously they got away with that because it wasn't blood, but holy shit. She's just walking there, like destroys a robot head. Nothing is gonna fucking bother her and stop her, and nothing will fucking stop Wanda Maximoff. She kills it. Even when she shows up in Camertage, everyone's like getting ready to like stand up against her, and you see this like giant mist, this dark cloud, and it's very menacing and very ominous. Doctor Strange flies up, and there's Wanda like, yeah, you mess with me, get ready to get fucked. Boy, does she fuck up Camertage. Very much so. She's like, I had to kill the man that I love, and it meant nothing. That's deep cut, because she killed Vision, and it meant nothing. Thanos just rewound time and killed him again. Not only did she have to watch herself kill Vision, she had to see Thanos kill Vision. That's gonna fucking mess you up as a person. She's right, 100% right, when she's like, I killed the man I love, and it meant nothing. Because it didn't mean anything. That's like fuck. I'm so confused why so many people floored by Wanda being evil in this movie. They're like, it's a 180 from WandaVision. I'm like, did you watch the same show that I watched? Because no, it's not. Her becoming full-on evil makes perfect effing sense. You know why? Yes, she gave up everything at the end of WandaVision. Like with Vision said, what is grief if not love persevering, which is one of the best lines in the MCU ever. She did give up everything because like she knew she had to, because like she knew she couldn't have this reality. But if you watch that end credit scene, see Wanda obviously reading the Darkhold. Now people are like, why would she read the Darkhold? Because she is in the Darkhold. The Scarlet Witch is in the Darkhold. Wanda is curious about who she is, why is she the Scarlet Witch, curious about who the Scarlet Witch is and what she's all about. And like Doctor Strange says in this movie, Darkhold will consume you. It will corrupt you. It will take your desires and like make that be the only thing you care about and what you want. All you care about is what you want, and the Darkhold takes what you want, that desire, and just like makes it the forefront. But it makes total freaking sense to me why Wanda would become full-on evil in this film, because the Darkhold has its clutches on her. It is corrupting her very soul, her very being. Not to mention that in WandaVision, Agatha Harkness says while she's holding the Darkhold that the Scarlet Witch is a being of pure chaos magic, that it's prophesied that destruction, pain will follow her wherever she goes. It's the prophecy. So that validates and makes perfect sense why Wanda is evil and not in her right state of mind in this movie, because not only does the Darkhold have control of her, because literally at the end, she's reading it, and as soon as she opened the pages of the book, it just like took over her mind, but also because she's prophesized, the Scarlet Witch is prophesized to be this being of chaos magic that brings destruction and chaos wherever she goes. And that prophecy came true in this movie. It's almost like people are forgetting these little seeds, these little things that were planted in WandaVision, and they're just pretending it never happened. But it did happen. It's almost a metaphor, like that scene in the movie where, like, Professor Xavier goes to save the other Wanda, or the Wanda trapped in that rubble, and the Scarlet Witch, that evil being, the Scarlet Witch, kills him. That's almost like a metaphor, a scene, a meaning, a metaphor to what's actually going on with Wanda. The Scarlet Witch and Wanda are two separate entities, and I think people tend to forget that, because like Wanda is the Scarlet Witch because she has chaos magic, but the Scarlet Witch is evil. So she's kind of the Scarlet Witch, the Darkhold is fueling more of the Scarlet Witch in her, and that's why Wanda's very evil and more witchy-like in this film, is because there's that prophecy and there's the Darkhold. Yes, all the stuff in WandaVision is valid and makes perfect sense, but also the ending of WandaVision shows you that curiosity got the better of Wanda. Though she probably should have not opened the Darkhold, she got curious about it, and the minute she got curious, the Darkhold took the one thing that she wanted, her kids, corrupted her with that. It makes perfect sense, the journey she goes on through in this movie. It does not make WandaVision less important. Everything that happened in WandaVision to Wanda's character arc is very important. But just because you get to a good spot, just because you do the self-healing, you go through the 5 stages of grief, does not mean that you are 100% healed. Not mean that you will fully not mess up again. And she messed up again. She fully messed up by opening the Darkhold, but she's a human being. Like all of us, we get curious about things. Maybe it's things that we should not even touch or do. Most of us in her situation would probably be curious. That makes us human. We're vulnerable to things. And she wants to know who she truly is. She wants to know, what's this Scarlet Witch all about? She wants to know these things. She wants these questions answered. It's magic. It's darkness. It doesn't have to make sense. It makes total sense to me why Wanda would be corrupted so quickly, because she still has the desire for family. She's only evil because the Darkhold has its clutches, its claws in her. And once she realizes her mistake at the end of the movie, like, I need to destroy the Darkhold so that every universe, so that no one gets corrupted like I do, because it's bad. It will consume you. Like we see with Doctor Strange in an alternate universe that Wanda sends them to, that Doctor Strange's world is crumbling, like we saw in Marvel's What If episode 4. Because this Doctor Strange used the Darkhold, used it to get what he wanted, to get happiness. And he wanted to create a world where he had Christine, where he was happy. In turn, that fucked up and destroyed his universe because he used the Darkhold to find a universe where he could be happy. That Doctor Strange knew the toll that the Darkhold took, so it made perfect sense. If Doctor Strange can be corrupted by the Darkhold, then Wanda can sure as hell get corrupted by the Darkhold hardcore. I love that scene where we see Wanda's entrance for the first time. Mind you, the first time we see Wanda in this movie, the whole audience fucking clapped and cheered, and I was like, yes! I love that through WandaVision, so many people have come to love Wanda as much as I do. It makes me so happy as a Wanda fan, like, I love it! But to see Wanda again, like that scene where we see Wanda where she's like cutting down trees, Doctor Strange is there like being like, we need your help, Wanda, and Wanda's like, I'm sorry about Westview, I made mistakes, people got hurt. He's like, well, you said everything right, that's totally fine, like you made everything right, you realized your mistake, everything's back to normal, that's okay. Strange is like, someone is hunting this girl because she can travel through different realities. Wanda slips up. Here is where my initial theory that I had came 100% fucking true. My theory was, because in one of the trailers, we saw Doctor Strange in like this blue coat with like a scarf. We saw Wanda with like her braid, and she was in that field. Another scene in that, I believe that same trailer, Wanda's in her Scarlet Witch full up getup. Everything around her is like dark and creepy, like a haunted forest, bathed in the color red. Doctor Strange is in that same outfit, and that's the line she says, you break the rules, you become a hero. I break the rules and I become the enemy. That doesn't seem fair. I fully believe that Wanda was creating that illusion. Turns out she is! She fucks up. She says America Chavez's name and Doctor Strange, I never mentioned America Chavez's name. Wanda looks like, well, time to get rid of the illusion, and she gets rid of everything, and everything goes from this beautiful, crisp, beautiful green field of trees to illusion is broken, everything is red, the trees are like gangly, creepy, like haunted trees. Moon, everything is bathed in the color red. She's got the Darkhold, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm all for it, I'm all for it, I'm here for evil, corrupted Wanda, she's gonna fuck shit up, and I'm ready and on her side.
You couldn't tell I'm a Wanda stan. And while a lot of things that she does in this movie are very like, whoa, at the end of the day, I don't care. Team Wanda for the win! I don't know why this is called the Doctor Strange movie. This is literally the Wanda show. You find out Wanda sent those monsters after her. She wants her kids back. She wants to find some reality where her kids are and wants to be with them. She's like, I don't care. I don't care about America. Yeah, she's a kid. I don't care. I don't care. I just want my happiness. Can't have Vision, but I want my kids. Doctor Strange is like, well, your kids aren't real. To her, they are real. They may not be real, but to her, they are fucking real. She is a mother. You cannot tell me otherwise. She wants to be with her kids, and every version of Wanda should have time with her kids. I don't care. Or if there's a version out there in a different universe with her kids without a Wanda, let's put our Wanda in that universe so she can be with those kids. Can we do that? Is that okay? Is that acceptable? If not, I'm gonna make it fucking acceptable. And that is where Wanda gives Doctor Strange the ultimatum. Either hand over America Chavez or I will unleash a theory of hell onto you. And when she comes to Kamar-Taj, she unleashes all fucking hell on everything, and she does not care. Yes, Wanda, be evil, fuck shit up. Yes, use your full potential. Like, I felt bad for all the people she killed. She killed a lot of people. Her body count in this movie is like insane. If you didn't believe she was the strongest Avenger before, you will after this movie, because she is. In this scene, and when you go to the Illuminati headquarters, she ate and left no crumbs. Anytime she's like hovering in the air with like her hands out in the magic bolt, you know she means business. You better get out of her way or give her what she wants, or you may not be left standing. And the Illuminati sure as hell were not left standing. I have a portal up to protect Kamar-Taj. She's like throwing her magic at it. She like twists around in the air and like throws more magic. I'm like, yes, Wanda, show us all your cool new moves. Does she have a ton of cool moves? Oh my god, every scene Wanda's in, she stole the moment. This may be the Doctor Strange movie, but she stole every scene she was in without Doctor Strange and with Doctor Strange. She's trying to get into people's heads to like make them like fuck with the spell. Gets into one guy's head and she tells him to run. She says it in like a creepy way. She's like, run. This guy like starts knocking a lot of other people out of the way who are doing the spell, and she finds her opening. She gets inside. People like shoot arrows at her. She uses her magic and shoots those arrows back at people. Her kill count in this scene is huge. Like, she's hurling chunks of the building at people. Everyone has to retreat. She just like throws magic at him. He starts like to crumble away. And I'm like, and that's not even the most like gruesome death in this movie. And I'm like, tries to get into Kamar-Taj, and like Doctor Strange traps her in probably like, this mirror prism thing that I saw in the trailer, that I had a theory that like he would trap her in it because she'd be too powerful, and that's actually what happens. And this is where I'm like, oh, this is a whole nother level of Scarlet Witch. This is creepy Scarlet Witch. Tries to find a way out, and she decides to use reflection. So she like dips her hand into one of like the mirrors. They have to cover up all of the reflection pools in Kamar-Taj. She ends up going through like this gong mirror, this gong they have that's got a reflection on it. She like crawls out of it like a creepy like zombie, like her limbs are contorted the wrong way. I'm like, ew, Wanda. It was so creepy, but at the same time, I was like, this is really cool, but also, goddamn, she's having none of it. She's like, I want my children. Steven's like trying to slowly take America's powers, and America, like fearful of what's gonna happen, opens a portal, and her and Doctor Strange go through this portal. Wong is left with Wanda. Wanda opens the Darkhold. She does that crisscross applesauce thing where she's like, must find universe where my children are. Must find universe where my children are. The Darkhold right next to her. She's got all these little red bubbles around her where she's searching through these different universes to find her children. She ends up finding one in the universe. This like whole sequence broke my heart. And this other Wanda with her children. Her children are having ice cream and she's having a really fun time. And I'm like, this is what we could have had more of. And why couldn't she have her kids still? That's all she wants. She doesn't want to tear people apart. She doesn't want to kill people. She doesn't want to like take over the world. She just wants her fucking boys back. as she's in the kitchen, our Wanda takes over this other Wanda. Her boys are in the background being like, Mom, we want to show you something. Billy's like, no, I want to start. And Tommy's like, no, I want to do it. And Wanda, you can see Wanda like coming into the room, our Wanda. She's slowly starting to realize, these are my boys. My boys are here. My boys, I can see my boys again. A couple tears are rolling down her cheeks and I'm like, you're getting me. You're gonna make me cry over these two boys. And Wanda being a mom again, you're gonna make me cry. I most certainly cry. They start singing her this song about how much they love ice cream, and like Wanda's like really starting to like cry and kind of be like, these are my boys. I get to see my boys again. Here they are in front of me. I know like Wanda's evil and stuff, but like I was kind of mad when this other sorceress, she stabs the Darkhold. The Darkhold's gone. Wanda can no longer be with her children at the moment. She's like angry at Wong. She's like, you tell me these spells. You're the Sorcerer Supreme. You tell me these spells or all these other people that are still alive. I'm gonna kill them. He's like, that Darkhold was a fake. The real Darkhold is not really a book. It's this temple that had all the Darkhold spells etched on, carved into the stone, where originally it was Chthon created those spells and created the Darkhold, transcribed those spells onto this book, into this book, The Darkhold. Wanda's like, take me there. Meanwhile, America Chavez and Doctor Strange are falling through different universes. One where they're paint, comic, black and white detective story. There's one where they're falling through, there's dinosaurs. It was so cool to see like all those universes back to back to back. It was like, whoa. Land in this universe. This is where we learn about the Illuminati. And the Illuminati want to see Stephen Strange because like they don't trust any Stephen Stranges, as we learn. And they get to meet the Illuminati members. And this is where I fucking lost it. Seeing a couple trailers, you heard Patrick Stewart, Professor Xavier, in one of the trailers, and you saw a little bit of his like yellow hovering chair, which I think it's really cool that they brought in this version of Professor Xavier. Has his green suit and the yellow hovering chair from like the animated X-Men show. They made it work and it looks really well. At this point, I think any superhero costume or any like funny, crazy, like cheesy thing from like the comics or like the cartoons could potentially work in live action. I feel like it could. If we can see a guy flying ants and it works, a girl that makes star portals, and a guy that hovers around in a yellow chair, if they can make that work, I don't know what else. I'm pretty sure they can make anything work. Captain Carter, which I was very happy about, because obviously if you've seen one of the trailers, you saw like the Captain Carter shield. But I'm a big Peggy Carter fan normally, and I love Haley Atwell, so to see her be back in the MCU live action, kicking ass with the shield, was so freaking cool. I loved it. While we're speculating, was it like Tom Cruise as like a Tony Stark variant? Like, who was it? It turns out it's Maria Rambeau, Monica Rambeau's mom, the same actress who was in the Captain Marvel movie. And then the cameo, the Illuminati member I was not expecting, Reed fucking Richards. You know, from the Fantastic Four? Played by the fan cast for so long, John Krasinski. Mordo said, oh, and Reed Richards. I was like, what? Hang on, what do you mean? John fucking Krasinski in a Fantastic Four suit. And I'm like, I can't. He looks so good as Reed Richards. Wouldn't it be really cool if they casted Emily Blunt, his wife, as Sue Storm? Just saying, does that mean that for the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out, does that mean that John Krasinski is gonna be our Reed Richards? I really like this version of Reed Richards, and I'm like really excited that we even get to see him stretch a little bit, and it's like, another Illuminati member is Black Bolt from The Inhumans, the same actor who played Black Bolt in the failed Inhumans TV show. I like that he got to come back for Black Bolt. He looks really good in the costume. They basically tell our Doctor Strange the truth. This Doctor Strange in their universe did not die fighting Thanos. He ended up dreamwalking to find all the realities where they defeated Thanos, and he read the Darkhold. After they defeated Thanos, they were like, our Doctor Strange is too dangerous. All Doctor Stranges are too dangerous. We had to kill, so Black Bolt killed this Doctor Strange. Even though this Doctor Strange created the Illuminati, this group of people to help against incursions. An incursion occurs when the boundaries between two universes erode and they collide, destroying one or both universes entirely. Which is kind of fucking crazy, based on the end credit scene too, with our Doctor Strange creating an inversion. Charlize Theron, who I can't believe is now in the MCU, she finds our Doctor Strange in the end credit scene and says, you created an inversion and we have to go fix it. Opens a portal to the dark dimension. Is that not where Dormammu is? So what does that mean? Does that mean that does that mean that by Doctor Strange going back over and like reversing time back and forth to like get Dormammu to leave in Doctor Strange 1, that create an incursion now our Doctor Strange has to go and fix? I don't know. It sounds like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like where the MCU is gonna start going is more in like the multiverse, like magic cosmic route. It's gonna be really fucking insane. Our Doctor Strange is like, you know Wanda's out there. She's all powerful. I don't know what the Wanda in your universe is like, but the Wanda in my universe is fucking terrifying. She's dangerous. She's the threat to the multiverse. He's warning them. Obviously, the Illuminati doesn't listen. They don't care. The Illuminati meets her. Reed Richards tells her like, Wanda, you're possessing an innocent woman's body. You have to let her go. I have children of my own. I know what it's like. Wanda's like, is their mother still alive? And Reed Richards is like, yes. And Wanda's like, good. Then they'll still have a parent left alive. Oh shit. He tells her like, Black Bolt can destroy you with one word from his mouth. Wanda's like, what mouth? And she gets rid of his mouth and then blows his head up. What the? And Reed Richards like extends his arm out at her. She unravels him like string. And then his head just explodes. Okay, we're going there. Captain Carter and Maria Rambeau like fight her off. At one point, Wanda's like, you can stop now. I love what came out of Haley Atwell's mouth. She's like, I could do this all day. Her delivering that line was so awesome. I was like, yes. And then Wanda kills her. Captain Carter throws her shield at Wanda. Wanda throws the shield back at her, kind of catches her off guard, slices her body in half. The shield slices her in half. The shield flings back at the wall and you see blood spray off of it. I'm like, oh shit. This is like the shield having blood all over it in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then when she's fighting Maria Rambeau, he like throws a statue down at her and kills her. And I'm like, not only is she a badass, but she is also so creepy AF. Charles Xavier tries to go after Wanda. He gets in her mind. It's like this white backdrop. Finds, I'm assuming, the other Wanda trapped in like this cave. He tries to pull her out. And this dark red mist cloud comes up behind him. Out of that mist cloud comes like a zombie looking Scarlet Witch, which I'm assuming is like the corrupted version of the Scarlet Witch or the corrupted version of our Wanda. She snapped Charles Xavier's neck. Was happy to see you fuck shit up and like not give a care in the world, but God, there's a lot of demonic stuff going on between that and like the ending. There's a lot of like not only like horror elements, like gruesomeness, but there's also like a lot of like, hey, we're not wrong. It's Marvel's first take on a horror movie gruesome project, and they really pushed that PG-13 rating. While it's not my cup of tea, I really liked it and I was all here for it. It hovered on that borderline. Had some jump scares. I jumped a couple times and I'm okay with it. Doctor Strange and all of them are in like the underground way, and like Doctor Strange is trying to throw things in Wanda's way. Everything gets quiet, and all of a sudden Wanda pops out and like she's bathed in the darkness. And the only thing is her eyes are glowing, and she looks like so creepy. And I was like, geez, America screams, and I'm like, I would probably scream too if I saw that. She's just like running at them like, hey, I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you. Stop, Wanda! They end up finding the door to, like, the Book of Ashanti. They end up going in there, which is the same place that we saw in the beginning. Doctor Strange grabs the book, and then Wanda, using her magic, literally grabs America Chavez by her hair. She ends up destroying the Book of Ashanti. Well, that sucks. Absorbing America Chavez's powers, she throws Doctor Strange and Christine Palmer into a different reality. The reality where we see evil Doctor Strange who, like, used the Darkhold. I love how the Sanctum is, like, this really creepy, haunting house. It's very haunted, very gothic looking. And then you have that staircase, lingering staircase going up so high into the sky. That was cool visuals, very gorgeous. Our Doctor Strange and this like dark, evil, Darkhold user Doctor Strange have a magic fight. Love the magic fight they have. There's a lot of good magical fights and just magic wielding stuff in this movie. Like when Doctor Strange has like those dragon hands, that was cool. They're using like music notes and like sheets of music, like throwing them at each other. Basically a musical magic fight. It is so stunningly beautiful, so beautifully choreographed, executed. It is so gorgeous. I love magic so much. Oh, magic fights are so cool. Our Doctor Strange throws his evil Doctor Strange out the window. He gets impaled by a fence. Jesus Louise, man. There's so many creepy elements in this movie that I was like, I don't like that, but also that's really cool, but I don't like it. Like what the Illuminati was saying about how you should not dreamwalk, how you can't dreamwalk. Our Doctor Strange has no choice but to dreamwalk. Has to go save America Chavez. However, he's gotta have another Doctor Strange. Well, what do we do to make the movie even creepier? Defender Strange, who is dead, a rotting corpse, buried in our Doctor Strange's universe. Our Doctor Strange inhabits his body. We have this gangling, ponytail-wearing, zombie-like Doctor Strange from an alternate reality. These like black ghost demon things come at him. What does he do? Tames them, makes them become a black like zombie demon ghost cloak. Basically, we have dead ponytail wearing Defender Strange from an alternate reality. On his back, the tamed souls of the damned, possessed by our Doctor Strange, going to fight Wanda, aka the Scarlet Witch. If that is not horror movie-esque, I don't know what it is. The place that Wanda went to meet these demon things there, and they start bowing to her. This place has a giant carved statue of the Scarlet Witch. Clearly, Chthon was waiting for the Scarlet Witch, was waiting for this being of pure chaos magic, and this is basically her throne. So Wanda is a queen. You can't tell me otherwise. She's a queen, okay? America punches her in the face so many times, and Wanda's like, fuck you, I'm gonna... America opens a portal, the other Wanda's universe, and there are her kids. Her kids are seeing what appears to be like a monster version of their mom strangling America Chavez. That's something you probably don't want to see. Any universe version of your kids don't want to see that. Wanda's like, my boys, I'm your mother. This Tommy and Billy are like not having it. They are scared. They run away. Our Wanda's like, no, I'm your mother. And she like throws the couch at the wall. Wanda throws the other Wanda. She goes over to her little boys and she's like, but I'm your mom. I'm your mom. And they're like, no, you're not. You're a monster. They start throwing things at her, and that's where it kind of like dawns on Wanda. She is kind of becoming a monster. She sees the way the Darkhold has its clutches in her and all the things that she's done to get to these boys who are afraid of her, who are scared of her, who are fearful they're gonna hurt their real mom. And she sees that and she realizes, what have I done? I saw parallels, this is a weird parallel to draw to, I saw parallels to kind of Megatron, the Transformers MTMT comic. Megatron has this line, everyone can see you as a monster and like it doesn't bother you and it's okay and you don't care, but it's when you start to see yourself as the monster that you start to take a step back. What have I become? What have I done? How much humanity have I lost? What happened to Wanda in that moment? She saw the one thing she wanted is now scared and fearful of her and petrified. My own children, maybe a different universe version of my children, are afraid of me. She drops to the floor crying. You see the other Wanda, she goes over to our Wanda. In this moment, thinking about this scene just like breaks my heart even further. Puts her hand on our Wanda's cheek, says know that they'll be loved. While the other Wanda has her children and will always have them, she can sympathize with the Wanda that we know, reassures our Wanda that they are loved. No matter in this universe and any other universe, the children are loved. And I love that she didn't like cast her out or throw her out or yell at her. She just said, know that they are loved. There's a lot of wonderful Scarlet Witch moments in this movie. No matter if Wanda's children in our universe were not real, she will always be a mother to me and so many other people. And she loved those kids, real or not. She loved them so much. She realizes her mistake. She decides to destroy all the Darkholds in every universe because she's like, it's too dangerous. I don't want anyone else to be corrupted the way I was. I think that was for the best. I don't fully believe she's dead. I think there's still more of Wanda's story to be told in the MCU. See Doctor Strange in New York City walking and he has a third eye. I fully believe he has that third eye because he used the Darkhold. He went beyond things that he should probably not do, like he dreamwalked. I fully believe part of the Darkhold got into him somehow. I feel like we're gonna explore even using his third eye and have even more power because of being connected with the Darkhold and dreamwalking for so long. I'm very excited to see where Doctor Strange and where Wanda goes from here. I'm very excited to see where all these characters go from here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye guys!